What is up, YouTube? Reverend Bob here. Well, oh God, guys. You know, the complaint department, I guess, is open. And so many people have asked me this week, why can't the government get it together? Well, I'm going to have the Reverend Bob side of this, and I'm going to have the old hardcore guy side of this that I'm upset about. So, we elect these people based upon their merit. Now, quite frankly, I could give, you're going to have to pardon me. I'm going to have to step out of my box for a little while, being a minister, and tell you how I feel. So, prepare yourself. I don't really give a rat's butthole about their constituents. I don't care about their personal agendas. I don't care what party they're in. I don't care how much money they have, how many investments they have. I don't care about any of that, okay? I don't care about them trying to have a silver tongue and learn from a bunch of books and people from the past and see if they can get it done. I don't care if they get paid. Because, quite frankly, when the American people, or the taxpayers, who keep this big train running and not being taken care of, from the guy who's making $8 or $9 an hour, lady that's making $8 or $9 an hour, all the way up the chain. People are struggling. People are hurting. What gets me is, these people throw out all their religious beliefs. All these things that, oh, I'm a good Christian. Oh, I'm a good Muslim. Oh, I'm a good this. Oh, I'm a good that. Well, when you tell people that too much, and your actions don't speak that way, people are going to call you out. You don't need a PhD to smell BS. And that's all we're seeing. It seems like it's a hard struggle to give the people back some of the money that they put in there. Because it ain't like those senators and congressmen are the only ones that put money in the pot. But although they seem to think that sometimes. And then, one economist says, we need to stimulate the economy. And another economist says, we don't. Well, who's getting paid by who? We have an epidemic, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can look at epidemics in many different ways. So, I have some people that come in and say, well, Reverend Bob, have you ever thought that, this could be the biggest scandal of making money? Yeah, I did. That this could be just a super flu and all these people are making all these monies because all of these different products are being made and it's all right around the health industry. Well, actually it's not. It's around a lot of industries. So, if that's the case, somebody's making money. And when you make money, you have to give money back. That's just the way it is. A lot of people don't understand, the more money you make, the more you got to give. That's just, the element of surprise for people who don't understand that. Is it easy being in Congress? No. Is it easy probably being in the Senate? No. Are you going to please everybody? No. Never going to do it. Just like we're never always going to please God. For the people who believe in God. Whatever that God is, the funny thing is people and I'm not getting on a religious kick here. I'm just saying, people that read the Bible, they don't even read it. They just browse through it. They can browse through it 1,000 times and never get it, God said, I have many names. So, call them whatever you want to call Call him Popeye the Sailor Man, call him Frosty the Snowman, you can call him whatever you want. Because he's checking you out from your heart and how you direct your calls to him. Okay? I mean, he has a direct landline, right? Man, I'm glad I ain't God right now. Whew. But, the thing is some people, they have to settle down and understand that we need to do this as a, human species. We have to get this together, okay? We can help one another. We can make each other, be seen around the world because a lot of people look at us as Americans, good and bad, So we need to just settle down and, my take on it right now. You have to stimulate the economy, okay? And hashing around, $600 or $1,200 stimulus checks, because this is the biggest thing that people ask me about. I say, if you ain't going to get it right, give the American people, all right, just like you did before, give them a $1,200 check and $500 for the kids, okay? It should be easy. They just agree on it, pass the bill, and give it to them before Christmas. That way everybody around the holiday season, whether you're pagan or Christian or Muslim or Hindu or what have you, will have a little extra money, They can pay some of their bills. I mean, I know there's a lot more than that. I've calculated it. And at least it will settle the masses down for a while. They have to learn that. Apparently, they've got so caught up in their own agendas and worried about the Georgia race and who's getting it and who's going to control. Stop that stuff. That's childish stuff, okay? When you grow up, you're supposed to put childish things behind you, all right? Maybe they didn't get the message from their parents, Or maybe they missed the ethics class or the morality class, okay? These are simple things that you should learn before you get into a leadership position over a country. A lot of ministers, they never talk about it because they have their own political problems. Oh yeah, it's politics and religion. Politics in any organization, okay? It's just the way it happens. People don't always agree, like I told the guy last week, I said, you know what the truth is? Anything that parties agree to be the truth. It may not even be the truth, but it's what they agree to be the truth. And, you can fight tooth and nail on your beliefs. I mean, it goes crazy. There's got to be a point when we as Americans, or the world, learn to start doing things that are, a little more righteous. I mean, I have friends that, agnostic. I have friends that are Muslim. I have friends that are Hindu. And I have friends like that because of my openness and my love more for humanity than I do care about the actual religious title that one has or one serves under. And so stepping outside of my faith beliefs for a moment, I think that we can rationalize this. I think the easiest way to do this is to pass a stimulus check, give everybody a stimulus check, let things calm down, let people get through the holiday season. Okay? This can be done immediately. And they know it. All right? Because this is non-negotiable. Okay? This can be done by them. It's not something that pulls one party one way or another. It's something that both parties agree on. Get it out there for the people. Say, hey, we're going to give you guys this for right now. There's more things to come. It's going to take us probably another month or two to get this straightened out because we got to find even ground. Get it out there for the people. And what that does is that sets a different tempo for the American people. Well, they cared enough about us to get the stimulus done and get us something before the holidays and coming into the new year. And hopefully they'll figure it out for themselves and, start to listen to what we want. Not what they want, but what we want. I mean, revolutions have started because of things like this. And I think to avoid, further disruption in the masses, it's time that they start looking at simple approaches to calm everybody, to help everybody out, and then go on with their little debates and their battles about what they really want. Some of those people in Congress and the Senate. Now, I have friends that are in Congress and Senate. And believe it or not, they feel the same way about it as I do. Now, I get, the national deficit. Look, guys, we can pay that off in no time. People do things for their own agenda. We can pay this stuff off in no time. There's lots of different ways to do it. But if we don't get on board with the rest of the world, and we don't start working together, people are hashing out China. China is in a world of hurt, and where are we as humans if we don't try to take that into consideration? Your friend is your friend. It doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter what country they come from. I'm not a liberal by no means, but I am a minister, and I do believe that. I believe that we need to spread a little more love and a lot less hate. And I got my problems. I served in the military for years, and and that's a funny thing. And yeah, it's going to be a little long video, so strap in. I served in the military in the 80s and 90s. And I was there during the Cold War, during Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and other things. Other missions, and I don't want to get into it too much, but when I was serving in Germany and during the Cold War, I got to go through what a place called Checkpoint Charlie over in Berlin. And I was in dress green uniform, and I went over to the Eastern Bloc. And I watched the changing of the guard and Russian soldiers. And, I got to talk to some Russian soldiers. Actually, I got to have a couple of drinks and talk to them. And they came under the same understanding as me. Why are we even here? Why are we fighting each other? And we come to the conclusion, both sides, that it's not based upon us people. It's based upon politics and whatever they're racing their agenda for, whether it's the oil industry or cotton industry or this industry or that industry. There's just, look, they oil the machine to make money. Okay? They buff everybody's brain up to believe this, believe that. And then guys like myself and other brothers and sisters that understand these things. When we bring it to people, people get mad at us. Oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah, we do. We read books, we look at history, In my family, when we look back into my family roots, my family's been fighting wars and conflicts for over 2,000 years. My family, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was Robert Arthur Burdick. He was a sergeant in the American Revolutionary War. And, he passed information on down through the lines. And my grandfather told me, he said, sometimes you have to do things in life you probably don't understand, or maybe you do. And you have to pick a side of what's right and what's wrong. He said, the ones that flee are generally scared, or they just don't want any confrontation at all. The ones that stay see a value in who they are in the country that they're about. He says, and one day you're going to see that. Now, he told me that as a young man. And then I ended up going in the military and doing the things that I did. And, there's a lot of regret for it. But, back then I believed that you got to believe in something. You have to stand for something, or you stand for nothing. And having that belief, I believe that this is a time that we need to stand up and help each other. Get some money out for each other. Help each other out. Don't worry about the deficit. It'll fix itself. We're a smart country. We've been through this before. You know, I mean, the world has had a lot of pandemics, and we've all got through it. All right? Whether it's a pandemic or a super flu or whatever they want to call it. Okay? We'll get through it. And we're going to do it through love and understanding. Not hate and disregret and political agendas and whatever else they want to mix up, you know. When one thing starts, the whole ball starts rolling. Oh, they hate us. They hate us. We've been this. We've been that. My mama. My mama. You know, I mean, everybody comes up because everybody wants a piece of the pie and they want things fixed. Well, there's a right and wrong way to fix things. Right now, you know, like I said, I wouldn't want to be them. But I think that they're better than what they are. I think they are. You know, we've seen something in these people to represent our country, to represent our country. It's not just their country. It's all of our country. And if we don't stand up and say something, then nothing's going to get done. People say, wow, they ain't going to care. You'd be surprised. You know, it's a scary thought when you've done a man wrong, or you did a woman wrong, and it cost them everything they ever earned, everything they ever had, everything they ever saved. They lose it all. And when people do that, they tend to get mad. And when people tend to get mad, they tend to do very bad things. And I've seen this time and time and time again. And as a minister, it's an awful difficult thing. Because you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, what do you say? A lot of ministers, because they don't want to upset anybody, they stay neutral. Me, I'm just going to say it like this. There's a lot of wrong and a lot of right going on right now. A lot of hate and a lot of love. You know, instead of just looking to God all the time, we need to look to ourselves. He gave us a great brain. And if we don't utilize it right, then what are we? Who are we? We need to step back and take a good look at ourselves. See where we were, where we came from, and really where we want to go. You know, Grandpa said you need to pull up your shorts, dust yourself off, and get on with yourself. You can spend a whole lifetime of regret and crying and bitching and complaining and pointing the finger. Or you can say, hey, we made some mistakes, didn't we? Yeah. Well, let's have a beer, think about it, and try to fix it. You know, or an ice cream or soda or whatever. You know, some people might even toast a joint. Who knows, right? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I have to set a little joke in there today, but guys, don't worry, we'll get through this. We will. We'll get through it. I mean, it probably isn't going to be what everybody wants. I mean, it's hard to please everybody. But I think a simple solution would be just get everybody out a stimulus check, calm the masses for a while, let them pay some bills, let them buy a little bit of presents for their family, let them enjoy their holidays, and hash this out next year. My God, you know, I mean, whatever we need to do for extensions for unemployment, hey, let's just extend it. I mean, that's simple. With a flick of a, pen or a pencil, whatever they want to do. You know, let's extend what they already have and figure it out. Cool your jets. Get through some good times. Spend some time with your family, and we'll address it next year. And why I say that is because generally after holidays and people have calmed down, they had a little fun, you go through the new year, people tend to put away all that junk for a while, and then when they come to the table, they can rationalize things. Right now, they've gone through a whole year of hell, I mean, just all kinds of things hitting everybody from every angle, So, I think we need to give our congressmen and senators a little bit of a break. But at the same token, we need to let them know, look, we need something. We don't need a lot of talk. Here's my big thing. I've been looking at this. So, there was money sitting there, I don't know, $450, $500 billion that they had already agreed on, right? So they got this tapped into this new bill. They add another 400 and some billion dollars, and they come up with a package. So they're only really and truly coming up with an extra 400 and some billion, right? We got that, right? Because the other part has already been approved, and it's already been sitting there. So really, they're getting out of $1.5 trillion of actually agreeing upon. Okay? And at the least, $1 trillion. So you could easily go and just say, okay, we're going to add another trillion to the, 400 or 500 billion that we already had approved, get all the checks out, get all the stuff done, and be done with it. They could do that. And they know they could do that. But they're trying to squeeze the lemon a little bit too much, and it's hitting the rind. And it's a really bad bit of taste when you start chewing that rind. So I say, just do the stimulus checks and get that out there. That'll help everybody a little bit, right? I think we can all agree on that. And if we can't, well, that's because you've been thinking about it in your own way. But this is what I think. And then next year, I'm sure they can figure it out. Whoever the president's going to be. Look, it doesn't matter who the president's going to be. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter who the vice president's going to be. It really doesn't matter. Because let me tell you, when you have a Congress and a Senate, all right, and you have us, the people, we're going to rule the roost no matter what way you want to look at it. Because there's a whole lot more of us than there is of them. Think about it. You got all these military guys out there, military families, and they could use some extra money during the Christmas season. Look, they've been going through this. They're on standby to go anywhere in the world, right, for peace. I mean, it's like we're the world police department, right? The Americans. And you got to wear a mask and go to combat? I mean, it's bad enough going to combat, never mind wearing a mask. Or a conflict or whatever it may be. They put in a little extra effort. Actually, a lot of extra effort if you've ever been in the military. But they could use a little extra money right now. Look, Congress, if you ain't going to do it for any other reason, do it for, all the healthcare people that risk their life every day. Take care of people. Put their life at risk and their family's life at risk. Do it for the military people who stand by to they're willing to sacrifice their life for who we are as a country. Do it for the firefighters. Do it for the iron workers. Do it for the guys at McDonald's who are serving us hamburgers. Do it for the janitors. Do it because it's right. And with that, I love y'all. God bless. Don't be mad at me. It's just my little take on everything. I love y'all. But I did want to say something, address something, because everybody's been, not everybody, but a lot of people have been asking me the last several weeks, and I didn't really want to address it. But I thought about it, and I prayed about it, and I figured it was time for me to make a message. So, anyway, God bless you guys. Take care. Try to help each other out as much as possible. I know that everybody's struggling right now. And I'm not going to talk about this no more. I'm just saying it right now. Because I got better things to do, you know. Coin videos and guitar videos. And oh, God, I got all kinds of stuff lined up. So, anyway, love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Don't hate me, you know. Which I'm sure there's going to be somebody that's going to be mad, but understand where I'm coming from. I'm trying to rationalize with things. Anyways, take care, guys. Reverend Bob. Like I always say, I'm out of here.